So it was in the church, and my sister was raised in the church and tortured all by the pastor. It was a Baptist church, and then she went to a Presbyterian church, and there were satanic rituals done in the area. And the Holy Spirit explained to me that they didn't have to do so many satanic rituals after we reached a certain age for us hidden ones, because we were 100% programmed. We didn't have any conscious life like Sue had her husband and kids, and we didn't ever have that. I mean, we had children, and we were bred, and our children were stolen. All of them. They're mostly all Rothschilds. And like, we had a son that was conceived and was sired and conceived by Baron Guy de Rothschild. And that was in France. But he conceived our first child, which is like we were 12 years old, under the Temple Mount in Israel. And today, as far as I know, he is a very programmed, satanically abused rabbi in Israel. And so there is, in all these religions, all these people that are programmed, but the hidden ones are underground, doing what I believe is going to be something that the church so needs to understand, and that is the great deception. And that great deception is really very simple, in simple terms for Christians, is that the demonic forces underground, in these underground bases, have proliferated. And a lot of us, including myself, were bred to Nephilim. And we were taken by UFO. We were picked up and taken by UFO and bred. And Nephilim kids only take like 2 months. And then we wouldn't be pregnant anymore. It wouldn't be like a birth. And they would take the children. And so there are generations of people, families, that have the twin issue, and a lot of victims don't know that they have a hidden twin. And the reason that my sister could never get truly, totally free was because she had all this programming according to me, and I have it with her and with our triplet that's underground. So we were so cross-programmed for years that the only way that anybody could get free is if you discover that you actually do have a real twin. It's like a lot of this stuff that people don't understand is just real. UFOs are real. They have a whole agenda. It's demonic, and it's like I had a dream not too long ago where a demon came into my dream and said, we want to kill all you humans because we want to rule the earth. And that's what Satan's doing. So he's programmed an army, and there's been generations now. If you think in my family, it was our grandmother and our grandfather, and then all the way down our mother, our generation. Now we have children, and now these children have children. That's 5 generations, and it's still hidden. It's completely hidden in our family. Nobody else has woken up except Sue's daughter, who has been locked in a mental hospital, Broughton Hospital in Morganton, North Carolina, and she is used as a breeder. They have underground tunnels under the hospital. They take the babies and they either put them in the deep underground bases, or like when she was highly bred, Sue, her mom, who didn't know she had parts that were programmed, would be at the birth underneath the hospital and take the baby and bring it out to me, and the Rothschilds would have flown me in from Paris, and I would take the baby and take it back to the Rothschilds. So all of this is hidden, and nobody, for all this time, Sue had her book out for so many years, and people, they didn't want to hear it, couldn't understand it. And I'm so grateful that there are so many people now that are beginning to really understand, and that Dan is started this huge ministry for so many people. So, there's a lot more, but the hidden ones are people who are completely hidden.
Suddenly, it was appear in my room, two little creatures. They took me to a place in Puerto Rico, mountains of Puerto Rico, and they showed me a big baby. I said to them, "What's that? It is impossible. How could you make that? How could you did it? It is impossible." So, but that's me, I said.
Did they tell you why they created this clone?
I think because they need to implant very, very soon some kind of life in our planet.
Right.
Yeah.